EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the PGA Tour season finale. Welcome to the permanent home of the Tour Championship, where the likes of Brandt Snedeker, Tiger Woods, Jim Furyk, Bill Haas, Henrik Stenson, and Billy Horschel took the title, and the $10 million prize that goes with the FedEx Cup. Designed by Donald Ross and played by the greatest players in the game. This is Rich Lerner, along with Frank Nobilo in the booth for EA Sports. Let's jump down to the action. Frank, at the Tour Championship with so much on the line, you want to get off to a good start. Pretty gentle opening hole, don't you think?
It is. It's one of the straightest holes on the golf course, Rich. You go down the hill before you go up the hill, but it's a good way to start, even with those opening tee shot nerves at a Tour Championship final round. That's an absolute beauty.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. There are a number of really good and important grow the game initiatives out there. One of those is the First Tee program, and that allows youngsters who otherwise might not have an opportunity, the chance to put a golf club in their hands, allows them the chance to pick up this game and learn some of the core values that come along with it. It's about much more than making a score. It's about integrity. It is about responsibility, values like that. And this game is just so good in instilling those kind of characteristics in young people.
Should be safely on deck.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. We'll make birdie if this drops. The impressive goes to 3 under with that birdie for the tournament. We talked about the good mix of holes to start here at East Lake. So coming off that par 3 second hole, now to the very short par 4 third, just 390 yards. But really, with all of the bunkers and the trees and this green, it's a tricky proposition. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hit the ball in the right place there. And, yep, good thing, too. He's actually putting well.
Back over now to the 4th. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, we have already seen some excellent play. Frank, what are some of the keys to keeping this early momentum?
Basically just trying to do the same things. We're seeing good driving, good approach play, and very good speed on the green right now. Keep doing the same thing.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Probably going to have to hit one more club here, Frank. A little bit uphill. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frank, a par here, that's just fine. Back on the tee here at East Lake, fifth hole, 520-yard par 4. Boy, this one has a chance to be really good. That is just a beautiful shot. Now getting set for the approach here at the fifth hole at East Lake. Frank, what's the right way to go?
Well, if you've got a long club in hand, you can sort of bounce the ball and let the ball sort of turn to the left. Everything slopes from that back right corner to that middle left portion of the green.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Excellent read for birdie to move to 5 under for the tournament. Well, Frank, round one in the books. Look who's on top of the leaderboard.
And that's with some strong play today. They don't really need to look back. Strong play heading into the second round tomorrow.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Tour Championship. Welcome back to the final event of the FedEx Cup playoffs, the Tour Championship. Rich Lerner for EA Sports, alongside my good friend Frank Nobilo. Happy to be here at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta, Georgia. It was established back in 1913. It was the course that the young Bobby Jones grew up and learned the game on. Designed by Donald Ross, we're getting set for the tournament action here again today. And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
That will be a great look at birdie. Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If he can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the confidence.
You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. You mentioned of the previous hole that 440 is no longer considered a long par 4. You have to push him past 500 for it to be considered long these days. So here we are, 520-yard par 4 at the Tour Championship here at East Lake.
There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. This is really one of the most scenic holes on tour all year long, and a fitting spot for the season finale, the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola. It's the 6th hole. It's over 200 yards, and there's plenty of blue water out there just to keep a player focused on the task at hand. That is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today. Go ahead and do that for birdie. On to the 7th hole here at East Lake in the Tour Championship. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Birdie putt coming up. The par on this hole yesterday. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Good putt. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live third-round coverage of the PGA Tour season finale. And here we are, the final stop of the FedEx Cup playoffs. It all comes down to this tournament, the Tour Championship, to help us crown the next FedEx Cup champion. Hello, everyone. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo here at Eastlake Golf Club in Atlanta, Georgia. It has been hosting this championship since 2005. Now, it is time to jump right into the action. I like the looks of this one. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
Oh, it shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Let's keep the round going. Those par putts. All right, Frank, we've made it through the 6th, unscathed. Here we are at the 7th hole, Eastlake Golf Club in Atlanta for the Tour Championship. And it's a slight dogleg left, 434 yards.
It's the first hole that actually bends to the left, so you would think it would suit a draw. But those 3 bunkers down the left side almost prevent that. And really, the best access to this green is from the right side anyway.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Good chance now for a birdie. That is an outstanding play.
Oh, that's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Some tester from 4 feet. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Here's another dogleg to the left at East Lake in the Tour Championship. It's the 405-yard par 4 eighth hole, and position is paramount here off the tee. You see those 3 fairway bunkers along the left side. You need to avoid those. You want to be positioned on the right. If you get it down that right side in the fairway, you'll have a good chance to attack the hole location. He pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty, and you're a bit of force to extract one out of there. I mean, this skill and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Count that. That's a birdie. Finishing out the front 9 here at East Lake in Atlanta, Georgia. Tour Championship with the FedEx Cup on the line, all that pressure. And finally, we get to the first par 5 of the day. It is 600 yards on the button.
Doesn't quite play that long, and the reason why is that downslope on the tee shot. If you get a nice draw off the tee, that ball can bound down there, and you can certainly reach this hole even though it's 600 yards. That's if you had a good tee shot. You stray a little, then you worry about the lake with the layup. Do you lay up short, or do you even try and risk carrying it?
Good tee shot, right in the fairway, and plenty long. And his second shot for the par 5. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yep, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Has it. Good putt right there. And that wraps up the 3rd round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final event of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Tour Championship. Final round of the Tour Championship brings us to the 14th hole. It's a 442-yard par 4. And Frank, you could face a challenge here off the tee with sort of a side hill lie. And then when you get to that green as well, another one of those greens sloping back to front. So position, it would appear, is really the key here.
Yeah, it's one of those holes, too. You never feel like you've got the right club in your hand. You try and hit an iron down there, it goes in the rough. You're left with a lengthy second shot. Then you try and hit driver. If that hangs up in the left rough, well, it's no shot coming over that front left bunker. Somehow, you've got to try and find a shot that'll go on the fairway. Be careful, too, of that right side of the green. You'll notice the green angles to the left. So that right side finishes very, very quickly.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good-looking birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
It's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par and you keep things steady. There are just two par 5s here at the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola. This is the second and last of the 5 pars. The 15th, it is only 525 yards. And if you walk away with par here, you will likely have dropped the shot to the field. This is a chance to make birdie or eagle. That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich. This eagle on the cards. Hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage.
Oh, this is right at it.
Making it look easy at this point. Another beautiful approach shot. Settles in over the putt. Just slides by.
You can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
He has a birdie opportunity here. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. Players now arriving at the 16th hole, 481-yard par 4. And Frank, the pressure is really starting to mount here in the final round of the Tour Championship.
Oh, you can smell that $10 million right now. You can also see that fairway shrinking. Notice the look of those 4 bunkers down the left. The fairway gets narrower and narrower the further you go down. You can try and fly past them, but this is going to be another one where the tee shot's downhill and the second shot.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Well, this is the point in the round where a player really wants to be focused, dialed in. Second shot here at the par 4 16th.
And coming off a downhill lie, so allow that ball to go a little bit further than normal and perhaps even take that extra kick. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. He's in the hole for a birdie. Frank, final round of the Tour Championship, just a couple of holes to play, and this is one of those spots where the moment is really so big and the potential for catastrophe with the water left is really so glaring, making this quite a hole.
It's the only hole on the back nine where the water is just obviously in play, and that becomes the feature all the way down the left side of this magnificent par 4. On the other side of the fairway, there's 3 bunkers in that perfect position should you stray a little to the right. So it requires your best tee shot. And the second shot also requires your best judgment. The reason why? That green just slightly built up and protected by that front bunker.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on the easy birdie.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Continues to roll the ball very well. Frank, here we are, the final hole of the final round of the final event of the FedEx Cup season.
Yeah, this is it. They give you a little bit of a reprieve. You wouldn't think you could do too much damage on this. But if you have to make 3 to win, and that's to win everything, there's much easier holes to play than this.
That will be a great look at birdie. We have said it over and over. Another birdie. Just a great putt and a great win.